My lord, I'm afraid you were right when you said these hostilities wouldn't end at Przemyslowice.
That comes as no surprise.
What has happened?
My men reported 2 more attacks today.
Ah, Henry. I'm glad you're here. It seems like we'll have another task for you. Come and join us.
My lord.
Greetings, lad.
The bandits raided a few remote hamlets, but that's the least of our worries. They also attacked Merhoyed, and that's a much more serious matter.
Merhoyed. Matthias is working there.
They attacked right after the battle in Przemyslowice. Bastards were probably trying to prove they're still strong. But there's a silver lining. The villagers held them off, and they even took 1 captive. He's wounded, but we can still interrogate him.
Your Graces, I hope I'm not intruding.
On the contrary, Master Tobias. Unlike Bernard, you are the bearer of good tidings. Or so I gather from the coin you carry. Tell me, how many groschen did we find in Przemyslowice?
My lord, I'm sorry, but my news is no better than Captain Bernard's. These coins are very good. That is to say, well-made facsimiles, as we call them.
What? I don't give a what you call them. I want to know what they're facking worth.
That's just it, sir. They're worth nothing.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Master Tobias? This here
is just a pile of copper.
Kurva! Fuck!
Plated with silver, so it's still of some worth.
Kurva! Fuck!
Is it a lot of work to make such counterfeits, Master Tobias?
I should say so, sir. Highly demanding work. Especially to make such plausible forgeries. They would need a well-hidden foundry, several craftsmen, and a source of material.
But they could just be brought in from somewhere else, could they not?
Well, they could, but then again, the silver mines are nearby, and these groschen seem freshly minted, so...
So we are facing a foe who has almost limitless sources of coin. That's all we need.
Doppeltel.
Well, gentlemen, it's clear what we have to do. Interrogate that captive bandit, find out their numbers, and promptly cut off their supply of money. Otherwise, they'll soon have another encampment.
If they haven't already.
I doubt it, sir. Merhoyed wouldn't have been able to hold them off if they did.
Well, lad, I said we'd have work for you, but it never crossed my mind there would be this much. You've already proved your worth as an investigator, so I'm putting my faith in you again. Go to Merhoyed and question that captive. Find out where those brigands are hiding, how many there are, and what they're planning. And while you're at it, see if you can find some clues as to where this counterfeit coin is coming from.
Very well, sir.
Good luck. We're counting on you. All of us. Come report to me as soon as you know anything. I'll be at the lookout point near Talmberg.
There's a plague in Merhoyed. Go while you...
Sir Radzig Kobyla sent me.
You've a good heart, boy, but take my advice. Nothing good awaits. God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you Melikop?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with...
And why is that?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't...
No news has reached Ratai of any disease here.
Well, since you, sir,
Tell me what to do.
there's a stable hand living with us,
Yes, I know.
and he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery if she's actually.
Very well.
Thank you, at least for taking the trouble. But then,
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much.
it's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others still are breaking out in sores.
Very well.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses, but don't stay too. Farewell.
Check. Ask the captive at the Malik.
How did you manage?
Well, we were lucky. Young Straw saw the gang.
It looks like you fended.
They had no time for that. But they've left us with fresh graves.
Melechar.
They're locals. Melikar and Straw, that's the local woodsman.
Where will I?
If you stand at the main...
I'd like to talk.
I see. Well, if you stand...
And the disease?
I don't want to tempt fate by talking about it. There's not much to tell anyway. It hit us just after that.
I'm looking for him.
Matthias.
Not long.
Well, those bastards got him. He's laid up at the stud now. His arm...
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck then.
Have you come for my wife? You're out of luck. I'm old Straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take my wife. You bastard.
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over...
I'm sorry that they killed your son. I truly am sorry.
Aye?
There.
Eh?
Something like that.
Then... Don't speak to me.
Fever. Just like Melechar's wife. Fever. Just like Melechar's wife.
My boy, if you've really brought a potion to rid us of this scourge, I'll let...
Ah, whether I've managed to rid you of the scourge.
I know, but even so...
Thanks, Sir Radzig.
Sir Radzig is a good... Now open up that... Farewell.
Hal?
It's good to see you too, Matthias.
Sir Radzig?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I'm glad to see you have a job. If I were in your shoes, I'd...
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's...
Oh, damn! Are you alright?
Well, at least...
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn...
Tell me about the...
What do you want to know?
I hear...
Aye, old Melechar let him have it over the head with a...
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening a sickle for him.
I understand old Straw wants revenge.
Good luck, then.
Can you describe...
I don't know. They came at...
You talked to them?
No. They were shot...
I know you've got courage enough for...
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melechar.
What? You might...
Aye, and that was the key. It was... A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find.
About this... When did this plague...
The day after the raid. The horses were... By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other...
What are the signs?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their...
Has anyone died?
Aye, old Verba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows. Either way, the...
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way...
Can I ask you...
I haven't...
Can you tell me?
He's a woodcutter, tough.
That's normal to.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself.
Where can I find this straw?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Straw lives in the right-hand one.
What's Melikar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melikar.
Since when do subjects govern a village in place of the lord?
What can we do? If it weren't for Melikar, those bandits would have torched the place to the ground. The villagers won't follow anyone else.
Where does Melikar live?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Melikar lives in the left-hand one.
Welcome back to the land of the living. My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, you'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any...
That's sensible of you.
I must... Only I'd like to get it over quick, and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
Everything. First, tell me who's behind all this. Who do you follow?
I follow the coin, lad. We all do.
That's not news to me, but who pays the coin?
I got my pay from Runt, like all the men in Pribyslavitz. And Runt got his money from the chief, and the chief had the coin minted.
Who's the chief?
Bandit. If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is.
Where's that chief of your...
I've no idea. After Pribyslavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyed, but he wasn't with us.
So he's a...
Don't think so. For sure he ain't.
Judging by how he...
More by the way he talks.
So the chief is...
You could say...
How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who answers to who. Only there was all sorts of gangs in Pribyslavitz, big and small. Men came, men went. Lots.
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. I didn't give a damn who the chief was or what he had in mind.
How did you know?
A fellow by the name of Moorcock. We met near Kuttenberg. I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund.
Why did you attack?
The chief himself gave us the...
So he's planning more?
The chief's always planning...
So you knew the coin was count?
Of course I did. I brought...
Did you?
Like, where were they made? We used to meet at the charcoal pot.
So Menhart's wait?
Might be.
And does this...
How should I know?
I see. So it's a...
It'd be a waste of breath.
Who else knows?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others.
You said you...
Letters. Menhart would give them...
Have you still got that letter?
Aye.
Give it to me then.
I'd Beetle.
What were the letters?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted.
That's all I need to know.
For now, for the love of Christ, boy, don't let...
can't deny you've been cooperative.
Henry, I think old Straw's come for the brigand.
Step back from that Eden, young fella.
But you can't kill me. Not just like that.
Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut. You don't even get a say.
Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's...
Don't stand in my way, Melikar.
Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
Let's talk about it. To hell with that. That Orson killed my...
I understand, Straw, truly. I lost my parents. They were slain in front of my eyes, and to the day I die, I'll never forgive myself for doing nothing to save them.
And if you got your hands on the men who killed them, would you let them live?
I suppose.
See. Go then. Take that bastard and get out of here. And if one day you find your parents' killers, remember what passed here today.
God bless you.
May I be...
Yes, Henry.
The chief and...
In a man.
Can they really be...
Everything can... You'll get...
Certainly.
Where? He ought to be...
Well, thank you.
Good luck, Hal. See you later.
I've returned.
How does it look?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother... Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to...
Thank Christ. Some good news for a... What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Good luck, then.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robard, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir.
What is it?
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
Good God, what a bloody mess. This is valuable. They must have been in a hurry or they'd never have left it behind. Someone was wounded here. It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks. Another clue. I must be going the right way. It looks like blood. Charcoal burners. Someone must have seen or heard something. Blood.
I'm on it.
What happened at... What? Listen, there's corpses lying on the road. Now, you seem to be honest, but if you don't...
I don't know nothing, and I haven't seen nothing. If you want to know...
Who is this boy?
Boyar cracks the whip around here. You'll recognize...
Thank you.
God be with you.
I hope.
What do you...
I haven't a clue.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm sure you've heard of the gap.
Possibly.
And poison the well in Merchoyet.
I didn't get on the wrong side of them, though. Did I?
What happened?
Let's just get this straight.
And what were you doing at the cross?
We were just passing, and we saw...
Just the sacks? What about the
I was just getting to that. We also found one wounded man.
So you have him here, son?
The fellow has quite a will to live.
Did he tell you anything?
He wasn't exactly talkative.
Where is he?
We've locked him away.
I want to talk to him.
I don't know.
I don't mean to hurt him.
So... Here.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
That arm...
What of it?
Do you know who ambushed?
Not a clue.
Right, I'll begin.
Farewell.
Who are you?
Never mind that. I've come.
Oh, thank God. I thought I'd breathe my...
I'm no angel, so you'll have to...
Ah, well,
Who is it you work for?
to Menhart. He's some kind... No idea. I blacked out.
Who ambushed that way?
A knight.
And where did he go?
I don't know.
Do you know what you...
I never asked men.
Can I see your wound?
Are you a...
Sort of.
Will you...
I can try. Tell me more about...
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I
Stop it! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks. They're behind the shed.
That's him. That's got to be that knight.
Is that all? Did you take anything else?
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
Hunsfot. Get some typhus. What now? Are you afraid? Don't know. Such a waste of... Get... Uns. Lost your wind, have you?
Well,
Who is that?
I want to know everything. Who you are.
You may call me Ulrich.
Assurances?
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full.
I give you...
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true.
Unlike you...
You believe that the forging of money is an honest...
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one investing.
What?
I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyla, Governor of Skalitz and Royal Hetman.
Then we have something in...
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that...
Stand up.
It is true our meeting has not begun well. But if it is the truth that you are sent by Kobyla...
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I...
What man was that?
Maynard, the merchant from Passau. Listen, I will...
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will...
Who do you mean?
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you...
Of course I know him. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made. But I...
We'll definitely be able to make sense.
It seems I have little choice. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might...
Shouldn't you go with me to see Pfeiffer?
No. I must...
What's your name, anyway?
I told you.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because you look like a knight.
It is true. I have a horse, arm...
So you're not a knight?
I'm a trustworthy soldier.
All right, then. Who are you working?
I understand.
Very well. Tell me what you know.
Do you know Passau?
No, what is it?
A city in Bavaria. Passau is a city of trade. All the currencies in Christendom change.
I see. And that would include...
Some months ago, counterfeit groschen were discovered. The Passau alderman began to investigate and learned that the family of money changed. My liege lord is allied to the Passau alderman. So they...
And so he sent you?
Yes.
And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had...
Why did you let them get here before?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins. Until he came to the...
So they were transporting false groschen?
Yes. On their...
What do you mean about the connection?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were...
What, in the monastery?
I cannot say.
What happened on the...
I ambushed them. I took down 2, but that bastard Manhard...
What next?
While I was chasing Manhard, those charcoal burners came and stole...
So we won't get any...
Unfortunate...
What happened to Manhard?
He's dead.
I know, but what did you do?
I buried it. He was a
I see.
He ran from the wagon uphill along the path to the north. And don't think I don't know why you ask.
That's not it at all.
If you...
Very well.
Godspeed.
Greetings.
Master Fate.
Did you really?
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was...
Jam and blood.
Yes. Turned out he was also after...
Well, that is indeed...
His name is Ulrich. He looked like an...
Ulrich, you say?
An older man with a moustache.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard.
I asked him who his liege was.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each...
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master...
That may well be. As a...
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins.
That would explain why those...
His master is allied with the Passau old...
I wonder who could...
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth.
We, the aldermen of... Interrogation held this day. Put to pen... Which certainly confirms coin assay report. But this is interesting. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate... This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman.
How do you know?
I recognise the hand.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is...
So what does all this...
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, and we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well,
You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. See you later.
Or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles.
Surely such valuable material can't just...
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they...
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know?
What do you need quicksilver?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me.
Not really.
Then be glad.
That's all I need to know.
But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go?
Why not?
Goodbye.
So, what did...
I consulted him and we definitely have a start.
Tell me more.
Master Fafar found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins and quicksilver.
I see.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday,
I see.
You said they use quicksilver.
Well, that's something to follow. Copper. And quite a lot of it. Copper. And quite a lot of it. I wonder what Zach will have to say about this.
My God! What happened to...
Do you work any copper here?
Why'd you up?
I'm looking into a few things here.
Looking into...
I'm on the trail of a gang.
Well...
I see. Then it's a little odd that you have baskets full of raw copper in the shed.
You've been in my butt.
Your workshop's supplying a counterfeit.
All right. I suppose there's no...
Why?
Pays me good money.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them.
And did they ever tell you who they were?
I know a little. But show some understanding.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't...
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter.
Do you know what the penalty is for...
I never give it much thought.
Evidently. Because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake.
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
So, out with it.
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rappo. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I...
And where can I find...
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with...
Anything else?
No.
Well, that'll do me for...
Young man, about that matter I...
First, tell me...
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstein's business for my son, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. What...
Doc?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the map.
Then I don't have it.
That sounds almost...
It's not that I don't...
I see. You can't because you don't have any.
Suppose...
What if I told you I'm the emissary of the royal...
Counterfeiters?
Somewhere around here is a counterfeit.
Jesus.
For your sake, I hope that's true.
I swear...
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we ordered for the monastery.
And then what? Did they threaten?
Not at first. They tried to bribe...
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes...
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and...
And you had been stealing?
You know how it is.
So they knew about you?
Yes.
Very well.
God be with you.
Why are you just...
Why not? People just do not...
Does the name Rapota...
Rapota, you say?
Look, you little jester, I'm
Hang on. What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I'll make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that. That's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Where's Rapota?
I don't know. He's been staying in town lately. He hardly ever shows up here. It seems he's keeping an eye on someone there. But I don't know who.
Who comes to fetch them?
I don't know. Some people. They don't speak. Just look mean. Take the goods and go.
Bit of
What? The bastard owes me 12 groschen. Damn it. Now what? Well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
Business, have you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't...
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those...
That does make sense.
Hey,
so what have you
Henry's
found
come
out so
to see
far?
us.
I found out where they get the copper...
Really?
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard.
Do you know how he gets the goods?
No. All I know is that someone called Rapota collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work.
You don't suppose that he...
No, not that, God forbid.
Very well, I'll ask.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting...
I'll try to think of something. I found out where they get their quicksilver.
Was it...
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth...
I'll go and see.
And have you found out...
Rapota, once again.
The same scoundrel.
That's all.
Good luck, then.
Henry?
I'm honored that a knight such as you...
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there.
What are you doing here?
You're in an engraver's shop,
Yeah, but engraving what?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did...
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering...
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll.
I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very... In any case, why the...
Something like that.
May I ask?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be in... About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's.
Ah. Does Florian have...
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel...
Do you have any idea?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that...
Thank you.
See you later.
My humble
I hear you're
at odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally and suddenly I hear screams, so I run.
What exactly happened?
And
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly...
They shouted at me to tell Florian...
I assume that
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. And then some young dandy turns up who
Where can I find this Florian?
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not...
What did the bailiff make?
Don't even get me started on that.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course.
It sounds like you were...
I loved her like my very own.
I'd like to know more about the kidnapping.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
You look quite sprightly for a...
What?
My name's Henry, and
what do you want?
Straight to the point then? All right. I've been investigating... Don't bother. I know you know him. You make...
I can't say anything. I'll...
It's got something to do with that girl.
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose... Those bastards kidnapped Esther.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will.
Where are they keeping them?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines.
All right.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes.
Goodbye. God almighty.
I found that
I know.
by telling me all of...
They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started...
They?
Yes. Rapita. And a night they called...
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told...
I'm guessing that didn't...
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. And I thought it...
Where will I find him?
He's usually wherever...
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the town.
All right. At least I know where to...
Why?
Because we have to lure him out.
I have my
Why didn't you tell him?
At first, I took it for a bad joke.
I suppose I better go.
Good luck. Goodbye.
Are you Rapita by any...
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but...
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know that you spy on Florian. I know you were in... None. Now tell...
No, of course.
So?
No, I give up.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the...
That doesn't narrow...
On the eastern side of Skalitz Hill, there's an abandoned mine.
Who is your lord?
Sir Jezek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself.
What happened to him?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Job.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because Vincent had refused to fight. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Job rounded them all up.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman.
And how did you come to be...
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone...
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up and...
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding...
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about...
It's all the same.
So who's Sir Jezek working for?
That's not for me to know.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I...
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian...
I think I've heard it.
Can I ask?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a...
As you wish.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Carrots and apples picked together. On your face.
I finally found out where the forger's works. Master Fayfar was right. The entrance is on the east. I've no idea what to expect there.
I will be glad to give it.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
And who's he?
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut. Please, don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Ratai.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill everyone involved in this business.
You can't do that!
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Why do you want to kill him? He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason. My master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzig Kabila.
You can tell your lord the man is dead. He'll never find out.
But he will. Or do you think you can lock this man away from sight until Judgment Day?
Why not?
Do not be naive, boy. Look around you. This land swarms with rats and snakes, especially now. There is no secret that is not for sale. If I let you have him, my own head will be on a spike before the month is out.
You don't have to go back to the Rosenbergs.
How do you know about the Rosenbergs?
Master Fayfar recognized the writing on your letter of passage.
Just as I said, there is nothing safe from prying eyes in this land. And where would you suggest I go?
Into Sir Radzig's service. He needs people like you.
I serve Kabila. Out of the question. If he learned of all that I did for the Rosenbergs, he would hang me from the nearest tree. But you are right, I do not have to return to the Rosenbergs. In fact, I cannot.
Why not?
I am a knight without a crest, without allegiance. No one was meant to know whom I serve. If the Rosenbergs hear that I have been found out, they will see to it I vanish. They cannot afford to be associated with me.
Where will you go then?
where the road takes me, as I have many times before. Farewell, Henry.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Please, you can talk all you like, but...
Let's go. Master Fayfar is very keen to meet you.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fayfar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
There's the man.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well...
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd say...
I'll try to get some...
He's locked up in the town.
Very well, sir.
Greetings.
I need the key.
So, Sir Radzig...
Don't take it that way. He probably wants to talk to me because...
Just try not to mess...
Thanks.
See you later.
On your face.
God. Well, finally.
Why do you want to talk to me of all...
You brought me here.
It's true to say I have...
Well, there you are. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave... They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of me...
Do you really want to question...
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can...
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about.
Very well, ask me.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it.
Do you think I couldn't have
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a...
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin.
Recruit you into...
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out, a foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too.
How did you come to hear?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago.
Old friends?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Marab.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going... We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was in...
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the work...
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is...
Well, it seems so.
Where can I find the...
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them.
You said you gave them money.
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me.
This Eric?
He puts on airs, but he's just...
Where can I find it?
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll...
This highly placed...
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the
I see.
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he...
That'll do me for the...
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being...
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly
The monastery?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is true...
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn! So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to...
Oh. I know Miller Simon at the Sasau mill.
There you are. Millers usually know what's going... Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention... What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another...
All right, sir.
I know I'm asking a lot of you. But I know...
Sir, there's one... Sir Jezek went with me without resistance.
My boy, my boy. But, if it can prevent bloodshed... Why? But I can't say yet what will become...
As you command, sir.
God be with you.
God save you, good night.
Listen, have you heard of any recruiters looking for men?
Aye.
And? Where...
And what do you want? Never mind. Listen to me carefully. Tomorrow night there'll be a light in the Sasau church and the door will be open. Go in and start praying Our Father.
And how will that help me with the
That's what the prayer's for. Just wait until the church is lit up at night. Kneel before the altar and they'll find you. Got it?
Of course. And thank you for the help. The Lord will repay you.
See you later.
Thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like?
Oh, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did...
I don't recall his name, but he was one of your friends. He said that he couldn't take me straight to you, that I had to go through...
He was right about that.
I know my way around. You won't go wrong with me.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight.
Which is what? Steal?
No, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away, Few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty.
I have to find him first.
You don't...
Then why haven't you killed him yourself?
It's quite a test.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the ground.
No, not there. I would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister. Or whatever.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used...
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister? And do you have any other ideas
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his arm.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should...
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about...
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is.
Get him drunk.
We're better. There's more...
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some...
More or less.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed...
Bring his dice and the money if I find it.
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire.
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill...
Yeah.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me.
Goodbye.
The Lord be praised.
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre...
What have you found?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for...
That's excellent news.
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them...
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out...
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters.
What should I do with Pius?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then get...
Far from it, lad.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the Order. Damned if I know.
A bit of meditation. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. Goodbye.